Right, today we are going to make another traditional British dish called a cottage pie. A cottage pie traditionally has beef mince in it. If it was a shepherd's pie, it would have lamb mince in it. Now the first thing we need to do for our cottage pie is we need to make our mashed potato topping. Now if there are 3 of you working in the kitchen, you've only got 4 hobs. Rings on your hob, and you will need one of them to make your meat sauce. So you're going to have to work as a team and cook your potatoes all in one saucepan. So you will need 700 grams approximately of potatoes. Yeah, which is that many. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 little one, 4 medium ones and 1 little one. So to peel them, you need to get the veg peeler out of the out of the drawer. You also need a plate so you're organised to put your bits on. So you peel your potato using your thumb as a pivot, and this needs to be done quite speedily because you've still got your meat sauce to make within the hour's lesson. You can alternatively use sweet potato if you wish, just to add some interest to your recipe if you want to. So we peel the potato, making sure we get all the brown bits off, and then you're going to slice your potato into small chunks. If you leave it too chunky, it will not cook in the 20 minutes. So remember your bridge and claw action when you're chunking your potato. And you need it in fairly small chunks. So looking at my hand, that is the size of the chunk. Okay? You're then going to put your potatoes in your saucepan. So you peel and chop your 700 grams of potatoes, pop them in your saucepan, and then you're going to cover them with cold water, just till it's covered the potatoes. Rule of thumb, if it's a vegetable grown underground, you cover with cold water. If it's a vegetable grown above ground, you cover with boiling water. To that, we're going to add just a small amount of salt, and that will raise the boiling point of the water and get them to cook quicker. Okay? Put a lid on, that will speed up the operation as well, and you want to turn your largest ring, whether you be on electric or gas, to half and get them boiling. While they're boiling, you're going to prepare your vegetables. And I've got an onion and a carrot, so I'm going to peel my carrot. If I didn't peel my carrot, I would be leaving the skin on. And while you're watching this demonstration, you can be listening to the functions of the ingredients and filling in page 13 of your booklet. Okay, and then your teacher will go through it with you to make sure you've got the right information. Okay, so we've got our potatoes on. We're now going to prepare our vegetables for our meat sauce. So I'm going to peel my carrot again using the vegetable peeler. If you left the carrot skin on, you would increase the fibre in the carrot. The carrot is going to add colour, texture, and all orange and red vegetables contain vitamin A, so it's adding vitamin A to our dish. And vitamin A The carrot gives you a clue is needed for good eyesight. Okay, I'm going to top and tail my carrot, and I'm going to cut it into manageable chunks to dice. So, bridge with my hands, slice, and then dice, so that it will cook in the time I've got. So, bridge with my hands, slice and dice. Now, you do not have to use carrot, you can use alternative vegetables, you can use peas, you can use sweet corn, you can use courgettes, you can use mushrooms, you can use peppers if you want. But the vegetables are going to add to the balance of your dish, so it meets the balance of the Eat Well plate, adds vitamins, minerals and fibre, colour, texture and interest. Okay, so you dice your carrots, nice fine dicing of the carrots. The next thing we're going to prepare is our onions. We also need to prepare some vegetable stock, so we need to put our kettle on to boil. So, stock, it could be vegetable, it could be beef, it could be chicken. So we put our kettle on to boil, we get our measuring jug. Now some stock cubes will melt when you add boiling water, and some, like the OXO ones I've got, will need to be crumbled into boiling water. So we crumble our stock cube into our measuring jug. Wash our hands, and we're ready then to prepare the onion. Move that towards the kettle, prepare the onion. If you remember, root end is where most of the smell comes from, so leave that on as long as possible. Cut off the stalk end, bridge with your hand, cut your onion in half. That makes it easy to peel. Peel down to the shiny layer. Notice I'm keeping tidy by keeping all my peelings on one plate. And onions are in there again for flavour and texture. They grow readily in this country, so they're nice and cheap, and they bulk out your expensive ingredients. So bridge with your hand and you slice down from stem to root, holding firmly, slice across, and you'll have nice diced pieces of onion. So holding firmly, stem to root, and then across, throwing away the root at the end. So that's your onion ready. You need to make sure you've got your puree open. Oop. There we go. Tomato puree is going to add a depth of flavour to it. Make sure you've got your flour there with your measuring spoons, and Worcester sauce is a flavour enhancer. It's going to enhance the flavour of our dish. So we've got those all. So add boiling water to your stock. You want 300 ml, so make sure you've got the mil on the measuring jug. And you want 300, approximately half a pint. Okay. Right, your potatoes are boiling, so you can turn them down or put them to the back to the simmering ring on the gas cookers. Leave them to simmer away for a bit. And then you're ready now to make your meat sauce. So, you will need to put a tablespoon of oil into your saucepan. Do not put the heat source on for your meat saucepan yet. And to that, you're going to place your meat. Now your meat, if it comes from the supermarket, will have a piece of paper underneath it to absorb all the blood. So make sure you don't put the paper in your saucepan. Okay? Once you've handled meat, wash your hands and you're ready to put your frying pan on. So you need a wooden spoon and you're going to fry your mince on a high heat till it's nice and brown. Now, if you get value mince is cheaper because it has a lot more fat in it. So if you've got a lot of fat once you've browned your mince, then you might want to drain some off. But if you buy lean mince, there's just enough fat to fry your meat and brown it and your vegetables. Now if you do not want to use meat and prefer to use corn, corn has already been heat treated. It's a mysoprotein. It's already been heat treated. So you're going to do this the other way around. You're going to fry your vegetables first, then you're going to add your corn. You can use any mince you want, and if you really do not like the texture of meat, then you can bring a selection of vegetables rather than mince. So another couple of vegetables to replace the meat. Red kidney beans and mushrooms are quite a good meat replacement. Okay, so you brown your mince. Once you've browned your mince, you're going to add your carrots and your onions. And as I said, if you don't like the vegetables, you can swap them for other vegetables. And we're going to saute them to seal in the nutrients and start and soften them. My potatoes are boiling. I'm going to turn those down a bit. And once I've started to soften my vegetables, I'm then going to add my flavouring and my thickener. So, I want to add a tablespoon of tomato puree, I want to add a tablespoon of Worcester sauce, turn that down a bit, it's frying quite high, get those mixed up. To that, I'm going to add a tablespoon of flour. Now that flour is going to thicken my stock when I add it. So I'm going to add my flour and I'm going to give it a good old stir and cook that flour, and that flour is going to help thicken my stock. And then I'm going to add my stock. I've used beef stock because I'm using beef mince. That stock is going to give me moisture. And bulk out the expensive protein, which is your minced beef. So stir the stock in until your dish starts bubbling. Once your dish starts bubbling, you will see that the stock has been thickened by the flour. And this again makes a nice, inexpensive meal because you're bulking out the expensive protein with the vegetables and the potatoes, and it's also making a very balanced meal with the tomatoes, the carrots, the onions and the potatoes as carbohydrates. So you're going to leave that to bubble away for 10 minutes. Now your vegetables won't be completely soft, but you're going to bake it in the oven when you get home, and that will finish softening off your vegetables. So the next thing we need to do is we need to test our potatoes to see if they're soft. And the way we test our potatoes is we get a fork, and if the fork goes through them easily and they fall apart, they're ready. And mine aren't quite ready. I think they need another 5 minutes. So while I'm waiting for them, I'm going to wash up. So rubbish in the bin. Stack your washing up all neatly one side of your container. I'm doing a video. I'll be down in a minute. I'll catch you looking on to it. So I'm washing up. There is not time in an hour's lesson to stand around gossiping. If you're waiting for something, get yourself washed up and cleared up. And the longer you leave stuff to drain, the less you have to dry them up. Remember, when you drain things, you need to turn them upside down, and you need to use your washing up brush to wash and your dishcloth to wipe your work surfaces. Do not put sharp knives straight in the bowl in case somebody else is washing up and it might cut them. So wash it up as you go along. And work as a team. One of you wash up, one of you dry up, one of you put away. Now I haven't talked about the container. You are going to have to cook your cottage pie when you get home in the oven for 30 minutes. Therefore you need a heat-proof dish. A lasagna dish would be okay. A Pyrex dish like this would be fine. A foil dish would be fine, but I have not got a container you can use. You need to bring something that can go in the oven. So, test my potatoes again. Not quite there. Now, potatoes are funny things because different varieties take different times to cook, and different varieties are better for mashing. Maris Piper are a good potato to mash, and these are just normal ordinary white potato. So once you've cooked your sauce for 10 minutes, as I say, your vegetables won't be completely done, but they will be finished off in the oven. You're going to pop your sauce in your heat-proof dish. Now if you put your hot potatoes straight on the hot sauce is going to be absorbed by the potatoes. So to stop that happening, you can go and pop it in the glass chiller for 5 minutes. clear my sink off. And I need to get my colander out. Could be plastic, could be metal. Make sure my sink is free of bubbles. I do not want anybody draining them using the lid, because this is a very busy environment. Somebody could knock you and you could burn yourself. So turn your heat off. Take your potatoes to your colander. Do not hold the colander. Tip them in the colander, give them a good shake, and return them to the saucepan. Put your saucepan on the wooden trivet so you don't burn my work surfaces, the school's work surfaces, and then you're going to add a knob of butter, soft spread or margarine before you mash them. So it says 25 grams, which is approximately a knob of butter you're going to add, and then that will give it flavour, your mashed potato, and also help you mash them. You're going to mash them with a masher, making sure you get rid of all of the lumps. And then to finish them off, you're going to add some milk. Now the amount of milk you add will again depend on your variety of potatoes. So you need to look at it and add your milk about a tablespoon at a time. Now I think mine needs 2 tablespoons of milk. Now I've mashed it nice and smooth, I'm going to get the milk. So I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of milk. Use the measuring spoons if you're not very confident about how much milk to add. And you'll need a fork. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of milk. Now at this point, if 3 of you have been cooking your potatoes together, you will split your potatoes up. And I still think I could add a little bit more milk. So I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of milk. Make it nice and light and fluffy so it's easy to spread over my meat sauce. Nice and light and fluffy, super. So now I've got to spread it over my meat sauce. And the easiest way to do this is to get a spoon and your palette knife. Your sauce, having been in the blast chiller, will have formed a little bit of a skin. And you're going to very gently pop potato, dab it round your sauce, so you cover all the areas. Now you will not have time to cook this at school, so you can put it in a hot oven, 180 degrees centigrade, gas 5, and it will take approximately 25 minutes to heat through and finish cooking your vegetables. Once you've got it all covered, you can start spreading the potato over the bits you haven't got covered. Don't waste your potato, use it all up. covers the whole of the pie. And I've got here, this dish I've got is a 2-pint casserole dish, Pyrex dish. So that's about the size you want. Or your Sani dish will suffice, but you will have a thinner layer of mashed potato and a thinner layer of meat sauce. And smooth it down nice and round, and we're looking for smooth mashed potato with no lumps, which means you've cooked it correctly. A covering that is not covered in sauce, and then we're going to finish off that covering with a fork decoration, which will go nice and golden brown in the oven. You can, if you wish, cover this heat-proof bowl in cling film and freeze that to eat another night. And that is a traditional cottage pie. It's getting too expensive to do all the demonstrations we're doing. We can't afford it, we're not going to get, so I'm trying to video some of the demonstrations. So you don't sign anything there?
Well, I only sign it when I use the card. When we can put one and then we're going to use it in there. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's